Hi there! So, today I wanted to go through 15 dragons that you can find in both DML and in Dragon City. So these are dragons that share the same names, but obviously their designs are going to be completely different. And you know, this isn't me saying, oh, DML copy Dragon City or Dragon City copy DML, blah blah blah. I just genuinely was curious to see, you know, how both of the games took on the dragons differently and, you know, what they decided to base the designs off and stuff like that. And so the first dragon that we have here is this pretty little girl, which is actually Dragon City's version of the butterfly dragon. And so if we compare this to Dragon Mania's butterfly dragon, honestly, I used to love the butterfly dragon in DML. I think I actually prefer the design of the Dragon City one. I don't know, she just has, you can say she has eyeliner on, she's looking pretty swanky, and I just love how sometimes they can make the dragons look a little bit more realistic in Dragon City, at least to me. Then the second one we've got is the Archangel dragon. So obviously in DML, the Archangel is a legendary and is the current dragon of the month, but this is his Dragon City counterpart. I did have an Archangel dragon in my Dragon City account, but I don't think I ever really used it for anything. But either way, it's actually pretty cool looking, and again, I have to say, I kind of prefer the Dragon City look personally, but the way that the dragons are animated and everything else, I do prefer how Dragon Mania does look. Then the third dragon we've got here is the Titan dragon. And so, you know, if you've ever watched any anime, you probably know that this is an Attack on Titan reference, obviously. The DML Titan dragon is purple and it looks absolutely nothing like the Dragon City one that we've got here. And I do prefer the DML one, you know, I think it's just a bit too weird for my liking. Then next one we've got is the Crystal Dragon. So, now for anyone that did play Dragon City, you may have gotten a hold of this Crystal Dragon at one point. Just how, you know, for those of you that have played DML, you probably got the Crystal Dragon eventually. But the one in Dragon City is much more blue and grey and green. I'm not sure what's going on with its foot here. If you look at it, it looks very wrong. That's very strange, but I think the DML one looks better to me. I'm going through these and sort of giving my own judgment of which one I prefer, so, you know, I guess that's just gonna keep continuing for now. Then next up, we have this guy, which is actually the Leviathan dragon. And to be honest, I don't really like the Leviathan dragon's design in DML at all, and this Dragon City one looks pretty scary as well. I mean, they're obviously based off of some scary thing, and either way, I don't really like either of them, you know, just, they're kind of spooking me out. I'm gonna move on. Next up, we have this dragon here, which is the Wind Dragon, and obviously a very, very different take to the DML version of it, except they both have like a spirally pattern, and you can tell that they're both at least, you know, related to clouds in some way, but I feel like the Dragon City one is just much bigger. And, you know, I don't really like it. It kind of reminds me of Lugia in its own way, but, you know, I'm going to stick with DML for this one. Next one we have is the Ice Dragon. And so, this guy's got, the Dragon City version's got a massive woolly coat, you know, big, almost glaciers for wings and everything. You know, the DML one, super adorable, super cute, some people's favorite dragon. I'm gonna stick with the DML one, but a nice little take on it, and you know, huge, I was gonna say whiskers, are they whiskers? I don't know what you refer to the almost whisker-like things on dragons, okay. Then, next one we have is another base element DML dragon, and it's actually a metal dragon. So this guy looks, you know, big, bulky. He looks like he would, I don't know, cut your throat with his very sharp nails, very sharp claws, I guess. The DML metal dragon, you know, definitely doesn't look like that in any way. I think I prefer the Dragon City one this time, just because, you know, look at him. He looks like he lifts. He definitely does not skip leg day. Definitely does not. Look at that thigh. Holy gosh, that is a very built dragon. Well, but, you know, next one up goes to the soccer dragon. So, the soccer dragon that we have is actually a soccer ball with a little headband on. That's the DML one we're used to, whereas this one, he plays soccer, which I think is interesting. And I've said it before, I love dragons that wear human clothes, you know, do human things, and the fact that he has such massively spiky hair makes him look like a Yu-Gi-Oh character. Which one do I prefer? Probably this guy, because he has a sweet animation where he plays with the ball and everything. Can't show you at the moment. Trust me, it looks pretty cool. Then, next up, this guy, I actually adore it. This is the Balloon Dragon. So, you know, the Balloon Dragon in DML is in contention for one of the worst looking dragons in the whole game, in my opinion. He looks derpy. And somehow, for some reason, the Dragon City Balloon Dragon looks pretty derpy as well. The only difference is, with this Balloon Dragon, he looks like he is actually just an inflatable object, rather than an actual dragon. So, you know, it's just kind of weird. I really do like the idea that they went with this Balloon Dragon, though. I really prefer the Dragon City one. If we could turn this design into a DML version, that would make me such a happy girl. Genuinely. The next one we've got is extremely different to the DML dragon. This is the Void Dragon. This thing is the Void Dragon, and I have to say, I feel like this dragon fits the name a lot more, but he has like 5 eyes on his head, and he looks like he's about to rip my soul out, so for that reason, I'm going to give it to DML. I don't want to look at this guy either, you know, some of the dragons are really, really weird in Dragon City, and they make them like that on purpose, so I don't like it. I'm moving on. Then, this guy, you may be able to guess it, is actually the Jelly Dragon. Definitely looks like he's made of jelly or some kind of, I don't know, some gloopy material, I guess you could say. But this dragon actually changes colour as he levels up. Like, he goes from, what is it, orange and, no, yellow into green into orange, or green into yellow into orange. I think that's really, really cool. But overall, I don't like the design of its face, so I'm gonna give this one to the DML one. Although, to be fair, this is, the Dragon City version is more what I'd expect from, like, a kid's, you know, I'd take it from the store-bought jelly. The DML jelly dragon's like purple, and it's like, where did that come from? But, hey-ho. Next one, we have the Robot Dragon. And I used to have this guy in my Dragon City game. You know, the Robot Dragon that we have is very different, very little and very mechanical looking. Whereas the Robot Dragon in Dragon City looks like an iOS device. And the head is much smaller than the body. I'm not sure why exactly, but it gives me the creepy deeps. I prefer the DML one purely for the fact that the head gives me the creepy deepies. Then number 14, this is the Rainbow Dragon, which, you know, very fitting for its colours, of course. But, you know, for a dragon with such a serene name, I don't get why this dragon has such an angry face. Why does he look so evil? I don't, why do they have to make the dragons look like they're about to, like, tear a heart out? I don't get it. But to be fair, the DML Rainbow Dragon I actually think is super duper ugly as well. I don't like the DML Rainbow Dragon at all. So, I'm gonna give both of these dragons like a solid 4 out of 10 for like my preference in design, but I feel like the Dragon City one's just a little bit cooler to look at. And then our final dragon that we are going to be taking a look at, you may be able to guess what this is. This is actually the Chameleon Dragon. So the DML Chameleon Dragon hasn't been available all that much, like, ever. But I think I used to have a Chameleon Dragon in Dragon City, actually. But the Dragon City Chameleon Dragon looks more like a goblin. You know, like what you'd find on statues on a church, to me. And why does he have a gigantic spike on the front of his face? Chameleon, how often, like, there's only one species of chameleon that does that, isn't there? I don't know. But, you know, just for the sake of it, all the other dragons in Dragon City look more realistic than DML, but the Chameleon Dragon in DML looks more real than the Dragon City Chameleon Dragon. So it's like we've swapped. Like, why does the DML Chameleon look like more real than this one when the other dragons didn't do it like that? No clue. But I'm gonna give that one to DML. So, you know, that was 15 dragons that you can find in Dragon City and in DML. And, you know, what are your thoughts on this overall? I think it's really interesting to go through other games and genuinely just see how they took the stance on that dragon. The butterfly has to be my favorite out of these listings. The butterfly and the balloon dragon are by far my favorite Dragon City dragons. And, you know, I did like the DML butterfly. I wish we could have had a dragon with, you know, the fireball dragon in DML's body type. What is it, wyvern body type? I wish we could have had a butterfly dragon in that style, personally. But, you know, I've been rambling for way too long, so like I said, let me know which one you prefer. You know, whether that's for each dragon or, you know, just overall. And whether you think, you know, Attack on Titan dragons in DML and, you know, Lady Gaga dragons in DML would be your sort of thing. There are many reasons I stopped playing Dragon City. The dragon designs were not the reason I stopped playing that game. But, you know, like I said, thank you very much for joining me today. And until next time, I'll see you then.